did the reality world then come into play?
You know what, Doug and I, we had a show originally called The Christie's Committed. There was
Okay.
another basketball wife, her name was Maurice. She'd reach out to us one summer, in the off season, because we'd always go back home to Seattle. And Doug was playing for, I think it was the Sacramento Kings. We had just left actually Toronto and came to California. So she called me and we was out on our, playing basketball in our yard because we had a basketball court. And
Okay.
she said, Jackie, what are you doing? And I said, I'm out here with my husband messing around, rebounding for him. We got to get ready for when we go back. And she said, well, I have something that I would like to talk to you guys about. Have you ever thought about doing a show? And we were like, I don't know. And she goes, you've been catching a lot of backlash from going with Doug on the road, traveling with the team, so on and so forth. It's unheard of. Nobody's ever done it, blah, blah. And she goes, I know that you really take it personal when these people attack you this way in your marriage. What if you could tell your own story? And I said, we was going to do a documentary, but is there a way you could do that? Because I didn't know much about reality TV. So we talked and I said, well, let me talk to my husband. I ran it by Doug and he said, if that's something you want to do and it's not going to be harmful and maybe we'll try it. So we told him, okay, we'll try it. So that led to us doing Christie's Committed. And then after Christie's Committed, we got approached by it was Dick Clark Productions, Red Child, and they were doing a show called Basketball Wives, and it was myself and some other wives. And I remember it because they flew Doug and I from Seattle because we were, down there. And Doug said he was going to stay in the car. He said, you just go on in, and talk to him. So I went in and there's all these wives and here's like 6 of them. One of them actually got on the table and it's a boardroom and it's all these executives from Dick Clark and some other networks and stuff. And they wanted to meet the wives. Now, I hadn't been around nothing like this, so I was shocked, but it was so fun. I'll never forget. She was up on the table gyrating. She was wrapping her legs around these executives' heads. She was dancing. She went crazy in the room. When I say this woman had the energy of 20 of us.
Wow.
She turned it out. They, of course, loved the show, loved the idea, loved all of us, signed us on the spot. We were going to do it. 3 weeks go by, 4 weeks go by. They call us and they say, we're sorry. A development has happened. We're not going to be doing a show. We was like, okay, cool, no problem. Doug and I, we weren't even worried about it.
Yeah.
As another month, 2 months, 3 months went by, and then I think it was about a year later, VH1 reached out, and that's when they said, we're doing a spinoff for Basketball Wives, and we need you to lead it up or be one of the leaders in LA, blah, blah. We talked, I thought about it again, and I said, well, and I said I'd try it out. So we did a test dinner, and then the rest is history.
Okay. So now I want to go back because like you said, the connection with you and Doug. I mean, you've been married for 26 years.
Yes.
Girl, I'm trying to get one to stick, a couple of months. Lord, are you okay? The fact that you got this brother to stick for 26 years and he's an athlete, I'm just going to give y'all a round of applause right now. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about how did you and Doug meet?
You know what? We met through a mutual friend named Stephen Taylor out of Seattle, and we met at a sports bar. He kept telling me, I got this perfect guy I want you to meet. He's in college. He's coming up this summer. And he told Doug the same thing. And then one day I said, well, what does he do? I mean, I know he goes to school. And he said, well, he played basketball. And I said, oh, no. I heard about athletes. I ain't interested. He was like, oh, you'll like him, your guys' personalities. I kept saying no. So finally, Doug comes up and he calls me. And I was at home in my bed. Stephen did. He's like, he's here. He just arrived. Come around here. We're around at the it's a restaurant, sports bar. Yeah. And I said, I'm not dressed. What are you talking about? He's like, just get up. So I jump in the shower. I throw on some sweats. Then I said, no, I don't like this. So I changed about 5 times. I ended up in this little tank top bib with some, those overalls we use square and have our sides out,
Yes. That was it. That's what you was getting. Catch it. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I had that on and some loose sandals and put my hair in a ponytail and some hoop earrings. I remember my lip gloss. Jumped in my car, went around there, and I'm thinking, I'm just going to do this so he can quit asking me to meet him. I walk in the door and there's all these women and they're ganged up around this one guy. And Stephen walks up and he goes, there he is. And I was like, see, this is why I didn't want to meet him.
I'm not doing that. Right.
Okay. I said, I ain't doing it. And he drugged me over there and me and Doug met. And then I just remember he smiled. I smiled back and he was such a personable person. And I thought, oh, nice to myself. So I was about to leave, but then he said, no, we're going to dance before you leave. So we danced. And I think that's when I just was like, oh, he's all right. He's nice. He's fun.